Hi, good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon. Welcome to our Flash Lift Masterclass Live. My name is Ruthie Belle, and I am here today with our head trainer Mariana, who is already ready for you over there, and our beautiful model, who is already laying down and waiting for the treatments to start. Hi, hello. So the plan for today is to first introduce the new concept, which is called flash lifting. Then we are going to show you the full treatments, how to do lash lifting in real time. You are going to be able to ask any questions, anything lash related, and we will answer as many questions as we can. Then we will also share an exclusive 20% discount with you that is going to be available for the next 48 hours after we finish the live. And then we will also pick a winner who will receive a full flash lift kit that we are introducing today. And then I know that a lot of you are going to ask this, so I'm just going to say it right now. We are going to save this live on our feed, as I know that most of you are going to be rewatching it afterwards. So let's get started. Just one more time, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just type them in and we will try to reply to them as fast as we can. Can hear you, amazing, that's great. So starting with flash lifting, the new concept, what is so unique about this concept and why are we here to talk about this today? So the concept or the idea for this new concept came to me when I was thinking about how lash artists, obviously they want to do lash lifting treatments faster rather than slower because obviously time is money. But what struck me was that most lash artists, they try to cut down on the time by choosing faster working or faster processing lotions, which unfortunately are more dehydrating to your customers' natural lashes. So I started thinking for a way how to still do the treatment very fast, but without compromising the quality of the treatments and without compromising the health of your customers' natural lashes. So I came up with a new concept, which is called flash lifts. And the essence is that you can still do the treatment fast by choosing the correct products, correct tips, and correct way of working to do the treatment faster while providing the same excellent quality that we always stand for. Oh, sorry, I already see a comment. I fixed it. Okay, yes. Okay, so guys, if you can't hear me or anything, just message me here. So, starting with the lotions, we are still using the cysteamine lotions that we have been working with for a while now. So there's no change in the lifting, fixing, shine repair lotions. Everything is still the same. Everything is still cysteamine based, which means that your customers' lashes will not be dehydrated, number one. And number two, there is no risk of over-processing lashes. So no change there. The change comes from the way that you use the products and the little bits and bobs that we have added to the system. So the way that I will introduce the products today is that I will show you each of the products, explain why they're special, and then Mariana is going to show you how to use them. And if you have any questions for Mariana about the treatment, feel free to message here. Mariana won't see them, but I'm gonna read them out loud and we will both reply to them. Okay, so let's get started. Let me just show you quickly the kits, everything that we have in that flash lift kit. Oops, sorry. And then we will show the treatment. So I hope you can see here. So these are our products. The first product that we have shared in our social media already is the Flash Balm. So the Flash Balm is it's a balm type of glue for lash lifting. And there are many balm type of glues on the market already. But what makes our Flash Balm special is that after testing endless amounts of different formulas, we finally found something that we are very happy with. And the reason why we're really happy with it is that number one, it holds even the strongest, coarsest lashes. So you can use the Flash Balm with all types of natural lashes. Because the problem sometimes can be that the balm type of glues work excellently with very thin lashes and medium lashes, but the coarse lashes seem to or want to pop off the shield. That's not the case with our Flash Balm. You can use it with all lash types, and you don't even need the regular traditional glue anymore. So that's why we don't include the traditional glue in our kits anymore. We still have it available on our website, and we will continue to have it on the website because not everybody knows about the Flash Balm yet, but you don't need to have it in stock. You can work with all lashes with the Flash Balm. Number 2, Flash Balm does not add any extra time to your lotion processing time. So you can still process the lashes however long you're used to processing them. You don't have to make any changes there. And then the lotions, like I mentioned, they are still the same. So we have the lifting and fixing lotion. Oops, sorry, let me try to do this better. So we have the cysteamine lifting lotion, which is vegan. Our whole line is vegan. And then the fixing lotion is also still the same that we have had for a couple of months already. And then the shine repair, also no change there because that product works amazingly. The tints, we have switched from using and recommending Schwarzkopf to a new amazing brand that is conquering the world one lash lift at a time, and it is called Noemi. And Noemi tints are hybrid tints, which means that they tint both the hair and the skin underneath. Obviously for eyebrows, for lashes you don't really need to tint the skin. We don't recommend tinting the skin. And the line, our flash lift, can be used for both eyelashes and eyebrows, but today we're going to be doing a lash lift treatment only because otherwise the line would just be too long. But those were the tints that we recommend, that we use. They work super fast and they stay on the skin for a really long time. I can actually show on my eyebrows. Mariana tinted my eyebrows. It has been now 1 week and 1 day, and the tint is still amazing, which is sensational for me. The next thing that is new are our silicone shields. Actually, let me put the camera back for a second and I will explain what is so special about those silicone shields. So nowadays, you probably have already heard, the most innovative silicone that's being used for silicone shields is a type of silicone that doesn't require glue. So the silicones are called glue-free, sorry, it's a tongue twister, glue-free silicones, which means that the silicone adheres to the skin without glue, and you just need glue to pull the lashes up onto the silicone and to separate them. Now, what makes our silicone shields special, they're also included in our kits, is that it comes with 8 pairs of silicones, and it includes both the round silicones that are suitable for 99% of your customers, and also flat silicones. If you don't know what the difference is, let me show you just quickly. Let me pull out a round silicone and a flat one. 1 second. Actually, let me. Okay, so we have, just 1 second, a round and a flat one. I hope you can see here. Okay, let me try to use my hand. So, okay, so mirroring, I'm not sure how well you can see here, but the round silicone, maybe this is better. Yep, this is better. It literally goes around, so it gives a nice round lift. And then the flat silicone, those are quite universal, but they're not recommended for customers with downward growing lashes. The apex is a little bit more flat. Not sure if you can see here, but you can see, I hope you could see a little bit, and you can see the silicones better on our website. And there is also a blog post on our Ultimate Guide, which is the world's largest free educational hub for lash and brow artists, available on our website. And there's an article or a blog post for silicone shields. So if you just type in silicone, you will see the blog post that explains all the difference really well. So continuing with the kit, what else we have there is the palette that we recommend for lash and brow lifting. I'll just show it real quick now, and then Mariana will show it in action. So what makes this palette special is that it has the perfect amount and size for the holes that you need to use for different lotions, for mixing your tint. So there are holes here for the, I don't think you can see the numbers here, maybe you can. So 1, 2, 3 for the 3 lotions that you use during lash and brow lifting. Then the bigger holes, one says LT, which is lash tint, and the other one says BT, which is a brow tint. And then there is a little hole here that says H2O, that you probably also need for the treatments. And then there's another hole here for the adhesive, and it says A, so it's very easy to remember what the holes are for. And then there are 2 tiny little holes here that are meant to keep your tools in for the treatments. The tool brushes, okay, hope you can see like this, like this. So the 2 brushes are the only ones that you actually need to do the treatments. There's a little space here where you can rest your brush during the treatment when you don't use it. And one of the key features of the Flash Lift is our wide Lamy lash brush. Hope you can see like this. So what makes this brush really special is that the combination of using Flash Balm and this brush makes your lash isolation or separation so much faster that you're not even gonna believe before you try it yourself. I'll ask Mariana how much it sped up her treatment, but when we started testing the products, I just remember her being like over the moon about how quickly she finished that part of the treatment. So this brush is really essential. It's basically a lamination brush, but what makes it special is the really wide tip that makes separating lashes much faster, and it's also quite sturdy. So it keeps the lashes in place. It doesn't brush the adhesive off, but it pulls the lashes up and separates them at the same time. And this is, like I mentioned before, it's meant to be used with the Flash Balm, or if you work with another balm type of glue, it works with all balm type of glues. And then the other brush that we have here is for applying the lotions on the silicone. Let me just pull this off. For applying the lotions on the silicone, we don't recommend using toothpicks, Q-tips, none of that stuff, because you need something that's very precise so that you can precisely add the lotions where you want them to be. And you don't want it to be too flimsy, you don't want it to be too sturdy. So we have found the perfect brush to apply the lotions, and that is already or also included in the kits. And then we also have the Easy Lift, which used to be an essential part of our lash lifting system, but we upgraded the lotions this past spring because we realized that the lotions we were working with before were taking a little bit too long to work, so we made the lotions work a little bit faster. But we use our lotions in airless pump bottles. They look like this. I think I already showed you. The airless pump bottles are great because number one, it saves the earth because you're not discarding the little packets after every treatment, and number two, it's more cost efficient than using the single use sachets. But obviously, lash lifting, it has to do with the pH. It has because the lifting lotion has to break down the disulfide bonds in the lashes, and over time, although the lotion is in the airless pump bottle, it does lose some of its power. So the Easy Lift that we have, it's still the same as we always used to have. It's not a requirement to use Easy Lift anymore, but we recommend using it when you're coming towards the end of your bottle and when the lotion starts to work a little bit slower, because Easy Lift will speed up the lotion processing time a little bit. So that's why we recommend using Easy Lift, but like I mentioned, it's not required to use it. You can use the whole system without it as well. And now the last bit, are compensators. So our compensators, they come in a little box. There are 7 pairs in the box, and let me just show you one real quick. They come in colorful different colors, and there is one pair, all the pairs are different colors, and then there is one pair that is black because it's the most contrast. I'll show you that one now. Now, what makes our compensator special is, number one, it comes with the two little nibs here on the top, as you can see, which makes it easier to apply it. Number two, they come in a sort of like a round shape, which means that they stay on the silicone much better than the ones that are straight. And lastly, they are made from very soft silicone, so they don't want to pop off during the treatment. They stay on amazingly well. Now, like I mentioned, our Flash Balm does not require the compensators, but if you work with lotions and then the lotions dissolve some of the glue during the treatments, you can apply the compensators so that you don't have to re-glue the lashes back onto the shield. Okay, I see that we already have a few questions, so I'll answer a few of the questions now, and then we will jump into the treatment. So let me just go through them real quick. Oh, it's so nice to see so many people here already. Let's see. Okay, some questions about sound. That's fine. Oh, okay, so actually there's just one question. There were just so many people joining, I thought it was questions. Oh, my lash by nuts. Oh, somebody just sent a request to be in our video. Sorry, we're not expecting anyone to be in our video, and there are no questions. So let's get the treatment started with. And just one more thing before we start. So I will give you 3 words to get the exclusive discount code for the to be used on our products, and also at the end of this live I will ask you what the 3 keywords were for the discount code, and the person who gets them right first will win the free kits. So pay attention. Here comes the first word for the discount code, which is Flash. So Flash, Flash is the first word. Write it down. Okay, so Marianne is already waiting, so let's set up the camera. Okay, let me try to flip it around. Okay, so here is Mariana. Let me just set this up quickly. And guys, if you can't see something or something becomes blurry, please do let me know, because obviously sometimes there can be problems with connection, but hopefully everything is okay. So Mariana has already set up everything here. Okay, just give me one more second. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, guys, let me know if you can see everything okay like this. Guys, let me know if you can hear and see everything. I think there's a bit of delay, as per usual. If you guys are here, just send me like a heart or say something. Okay, so the hearts are coming. Okay, cool. So we'll start with the treatment. Mariana has already washed our customers' eyes. We recommend washing your customers' eyes yourself before the treatment. Make sure there's no residue. Just to save some time, Mariana has already done that. You can use any lash cleanser that you want. So we're not going to be showing that part of the treatment, just the balm. So, sorry, before you put it down. So our balm, it comes in a 25-gram bottle or tube, or not sure. Oh, sorry, it's not out of focus. Okay. So it's quite a large, again, because, one second, because selling products in larger containers means that you guys are creating less waste. So it's always economical and earth-friendly to buy products in larger packages. This one is 25 grams. The color is pink, and you can't smell it here, but it smells amazing. It smells like strawberries. Now, Mariana has already scooped some out. Always scoop some out. Don't take it with a brush from here, just to avoid cross-contamination. Mariana's already put some on her gloves. Maybe you can show how much you have on your glove.
Yeah, just a little bit for the beginning. I will be scooping up a little bit more as I work. I tend to put it a little bit in the area where I'm not going to be using, so I won't be doing a brow tint today, so I'll put it in the area which is free. The other holes I will be using today. But I'm scooping up a little bit of glue now. So the first step of any lash treatment is to make sure that our false layer is nicely eliminated. So we're not going to be using false layer lashes in our treatment today. Well, never really. So just a few lashes will be popped on the top. Yeah. I'm doing both eyes at the same time, so I don't need to do it separately. And just like so. I'm not using Easy Lift today, just to make sure you guys understand that it can be used without it. However, I do recommend to use Easy Lift again, as Ruthie already mentioned, that if you're kind of coming to a close of finishing your bottle off, or for example, if you do have clients with extremely strong downwards growing lashes, to just soften them up a little bit, I would recommend to use Easy Lift to make them softer and easier to work with. Now, so I'm grabbing my favorite brush in the whole wide world, and I'm going to be putting a little bit of our Flash Balm onto the shield. I will be using round shield
sorry, before you move forward, can I just grab this for a second? So just to show you the difference between the white lash brush and the traditional laminator. Here's the difference, and you can see how big it is or how wide it is compared to the traditional laminator brush, so that's why it allows you to work much faster.
Exactly. Now, so I applied a little bit of glue already onto the shield itself, so the shield becomes a little bit more tacky.
But like you could see, she did not apply any glue underneath, just on the top.
Just on the top. Again, the shields are super soft. They stay on the skin. You don't need to be worried that it will be sliding off somewhere. And I'm just popping it on, making sure that I'm close enough to the roots of the eyelashes, but not on them. And I'm just popping on the eyelashes onto the shield. See how fast it is? Oh my god, it makes my life so much easier. I used to spend like 20 minutes on just separating the lashes prior to any lash lift treatment. And now it takes me like, I don't know, 2, maybe 5 minutes when I have somebody with very difficult lashes.
And we actually timed it once. I was filming, so Mariana had to take like little pauses in separating lashes, and it still took us less than 5 minutes. So it's like 4 times faster than she used to spend on separating the lashes.
And as you can see, this brush is very sturdy, so I don't need to use any Y tool anymore. It separates the lashes nicely, puts them in a position I want them to go. If I want to straighten them or going too far, again, goes very easily on. Tacky consistency, grabs all of the lashes nicely, and making sure that all the lashes are applied nicely and straight. There we go. Like with any of with Flash Balm, you might want to use a little bit more of it, so you get all the lashes nicely on.
So the reason why Mariana applied the glue before she placed the shield is because the time that it takes you to place a shield, the glue becomes a little bit tacky already, so that the lashes adhere to the shield just easier.
Yeah, easy like that. See, nicely done.
And I think it took you like 2 minutes now?
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
I am a bit nervous, so I'm doing stuff a little bit slower and I'm nervous.
So separating lashes is something that I think for a lot of lash artists is the most, I wouldn't say tedious, but it's the part that used to take a long time, but you cannot skip over it just doing it really quickly, because the way that you brush the lashes up onto the shield is the way that they're going to stay after the treatment. So everything needs to be perfectly separated. Like, don't leave them clumped together. It's not going to be a cute look like a week after your customer gets the treatments. Like when your customers, or if your customers come back with their eyelashes looking wonky or growing out wonky, it's probably because of the way that they were separated during the treatment.
And I always say to my students in my courses that yes, you want your clients to leave the treatment looking pretty, but you also need to worry about your clients' lashes, how they're gonna look 2 weeks after. And a lot of people forget about that.
And I think that's something that will set you apart from your competition is, you know, customers who are able to wear their lash lift perfectly until the time it grows out.
Yeah, exactly. You want it to grow out as seamlessly as possible, but at the same time you want them to get a nice result at the same time. So they would come back to you over and over and over again. Now, so nicely separating the lashes, brushing them upwards, making sure that nothing is crisscrossed, especially the base, and get those itsy bitsy tiny ones in the inner corner as well. No baby, nobody leaves baby in a corner.
And the other nice thing about Flash Balm is that it doesn't leave a huge amount of residue like with traditional glues, where you sometimes had to remove some of the glue because the layer was just too thick.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you are just starting out with it and you use a bit too much glue, it might create like an extra layer, so I wouldn't recommend to use too much of it. But at the same time, when it dries, it doesn't leave that big of a residue behind either. So for that reason, it doesn't slow down the lotions. Yeah, so that's our lashes applied. So our next step will be the lifting lotion. That's it there. I have a...
I think there's one lash a little bit here.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, doing everything live, you have to focus on a lot of things.
There we go. It's fixed.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. There we go. So our next step is histamine lotion.
Sorry, just one more thing. So with the silicone shields, the way to choose a size is that your customer's lashes are supposed to finish or end where Mariana's model's lashes are. So they should be just on the top here, on the apex, like where the apex finishes.
No. So our first lotion is histamine lifting lotion number 1. I do recommend to put a date on it when you got it open, so you don't need to be wondering when it was opened. Now, do it a little bit of a mix. If you're not using it for like a week or more, I would recommend to pump out a little bit out first, and then I'll be just popping on the lotion.
And always start applying the lifting lotion from the outer corner because the lashes are stronger in the outer corner, so they get to process a little bit longer.
No.
Can you show the yep, perfect. And now Mariana is using the lotion applicator brush that we also have available on our website.
No, so I'm just making sure that the layer is nice and even. If you put more of it, it will process the lashes a little bit faster. Or for example, if you have a client who has very like huge amount of eyelashes, I would recommend to use more of the lotion. But the main trick is to make sure that it's even all the way throughout.
And you can see the consistency of the lotion is very nice. It's not running anywhere, and it's not too thick either.
It's not running anywhere. It's very easy to spread. And it doesn't smell, which is a great bonus.
Oh, by the way, guys, I can see that you're sending your questions through the question mark thing. Please just write them in the comments so it's easier to read at the same time. Let me see which questions we already have. We actually already have a few. Okay, is it necessary to remove first solution with dry cotton? Okay, so we'll give the answers when we get to the particular part of the treatment. What is made your balm special than other brand? I explained this a little bit, but let me mention just very quickly again. So what makes our balm special is that you can use it with all types of lashes, even with very, very coarse lashes, without the lashes popping off from the shield is number one. so that you don't actually have to have the traditional glue in stock anymore. And number two, it does not add any extra time to lotion processing times. So whatever processing times you're used to, you can continue with these. Okay, can you share if anything has changed ingredient wise? Yep, so we did change some of the ingredients because, like I mentioned, the lotions that we had before, they were taking a little bit too long to process. And since the concept is doing the treatment fast in a flash, we still kept the lotions very, very gentle. So they still don't dehydrate the natural lashes, but they just work a little bit faster. Mariana, what would you say is your average time for processing with lifting lotion?
Well, I have a wide range of clients that have very thin lashes and very thick lashes that sometimes even take longer than the indicated processing time, just because they are from that part of the world where the lashes are just thicker. But on average, God, I'd say about 10 minutes would be kind of the nice medium.
Now Mariana is just checking the bottom part. It's super important to go very close with the lotions. Don't go on the skin or on the wet line, but it's necessary to go very close, because if you don't apply the lotion close to the root, the lashes are not going to lift from there, because obviously they lift only where you put the lotions on. When Mariana finishes, I'm just going to show you the shape that she uses. So you can see that she's applied less lotion in the inner corner. Oh, it's actually better visible on the other. So there's less lotion in the inner corner and more lotion in the outer corner. And that's because you want to lift the outer corner lashes a little bit more. First of all, they're usually a little bit heavier, or like stronger, so they need to process a little bit more, or you need to process them a little bit more. And second of all, the outer corner, sorry, what was I saying?
Outer corner lashes are generally stronger.
Yeah.
But in our case, our model has outer corners going a little bit more downwards, so I wanted to give them a little bit stronger lift as well.
So what Mariana just said, that means that when you apply lotions higher, it gives a stronger lift. And that's like a hack you can use for customers that have an uneven lash line. Wherever the lashes grow more downwards, apply more lotion. We have a question. Brows and wings. Do many artists not use eye pads underneath the eye during a lift anymore? It's a personal preference. If you are able to do the treatment without the iPads, it's obviously more comfortable for the customer. And since Mariana has been doing this treatment for a very long time, she's comfortable doing it without the iPads. But you absolutely can use iPads if you want to. Becky Brada asks, do you glue the shield on the lid? No, we actually don't. So those shields that we have included in our flash lift kits are glue-free shields, which means that they adhere to the eyelid without glue, and you only use glue to glue the lashes onto the shield. It just makes the application much easier. It's also easier to adjust or reposition the iPads if there's no glue, and it makes the cleanup process at the end of the treatment much, much faster. So yeah, glue-free shields are the innovation in lash lift shields. Veronica Lash Beauty asks, what size is on this? I think
that is a medium size rounded shield. But I suppose we could have given her a small size as well for a little bit higher lift, but we just decided to go the way it would be the best.
Because this model has been with us before, and the last time Mariana did a lash lift for her, it came out perfect. And why fix something if it ain't broken? So we decided to go with the same shields. But the kit includes both. It includes all of the round shields and all of the flat shields that you need. Rampang88, can we use your balm to make fluffy brow as makeup? Not the Flash Balm, but we do have an amazing brow styling balm that Mariana's gonna show you in a second. So the brow styling balm, it also smells like strawberries, and it's actually one of our top sellers.
It's very a bit wet.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can't see anything. So this is the brow styling balm. It comes like in a container like this, and it smells amazing.
Also strawberries.
Yeah, so this is actually a fantastic product to retail to your home, to your customers, and also to finish your regular brow tinting and shaping treatments. You can add this brow styling balm just to take it up a notch and give this amazing finish so that your customer walks out of the door with her eyebrows that look like they had been laminated. Rampang asks, can you brush models' brows with your balm?
Again.
I think we can do it at the end of the treatment. We can maybe show.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll finish the lash lifting first, and then we'll show how the shape of the eyebrow changes when we apply brow styling balm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we keep getting requests from people asking to join our live. Guys, we're not accepting anyone else today, unfortunately. It's just me and Mariana. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. So, sorry, I asked the question before. What was the average time for processing? You said you had
approximately 10 minutes, I'd say, but that's just because my clients demographically has those type of eyelashes. But again, I have singular cases where I have to leave the lotion less amount of time that's indicated on the bottle, because in the bottle it says 8 to 12 minutes just here, and then I have 1 or 2 clients just whose lashes are extremely downward grown, they're extremely thick and long and coarse. For them, I have to actually leave it on for longer than 12 minutes. That's why we need to do a lash check for when we before we remove lifting lotion, just to make sure the lashes are ready. But on average, I'd say about 10 minutes.
But we always recommend checking lashes for readiness with any product that you use, just to make sure that they're perfect, which Mariana is doing now. Because this is the only way you can know if the lashes have already processed enough or they need a little bit more, because even with the same customer, sometimes the lashes take a little bit longer to process, depending on the time of the month.
Any hormonal change can change the timing, like especially when they like to say, oh, my lash treatment didn't work because my client is breastfeeding or something like that. Again, you can still do the treatment, but you just need to make sure that you process enough. That's it. It still works.
And also, like I mentioned before, when the bottle has already been open for a while, it does lose some of its power. So that's another reason why it's always necessary to check the timing. We did get another question if our balm can be used for brow lifting. Yes, so our flash lift can be used for both eyelashes and eyebrows, because it's made from, or the active ingredient is cysteamine, which does not dehydrate. So that's the reason you can use it for both. And again, like it just saves you money if you don't have to buy different products for lash lifting and brow lifting. Now Mariana's checking the lashes again for readiness.
They're actually almost ready. Just making sure. I'm always checking a few areas just to make sure that all the lashes are processed well, because sometimes it may be the case that the beginning of the lash, the inner corner of the lashes is ready before than the rest of the lashes. Again, with our products, you don't need to be rushing to take off the beginning, the inner corner of the eyelashes and take the outer corner and then take the middle. You can actually take everything at the same time off. You don't need to be worried that they're going to be over processed, but just make sure they all nicely cooked, well done, or what they call it, al dente.
So what Mariana is checking is that to see if the disulfide bonds in the lash lashes have already softened enough. Because if they haven't softened enough, then the lift is not gonna stay. So it's super important to not skip this step.
Well, our lashes are ready, so I'll be taking it off. Now, I want to pinpoint that I'm using the same brush I was applying the lotion with to take the lotion off. You don't need to use enormous amount of Q-tips to do this step. You can damp your brush a little bit in water. It doesn't have to, like, it can be soaking with water, but you can still damp it. It's not gonna do any harm to the lotion.
And I just want to point out, like, you can see that Mariana's removing the lotions now, and all of the lashes are still sticking really well onto the shield, so they didn't come off with the lifting lotion.
Now, so removed it. And I'm just gonna check the other side off as well.
Okay, so we have a few questions. How long can I use open lotion bottles? So you can use them for up to 3 months. The first month or month and a half, I would say month and a half, the processing times are the same, and then after a month and a half, they slowly start to get longer because the lotion loses some of its power. That being said, you can still use the lotion, but it's just necessary to check your timings.
Now I'm popping on fixing lotion on my first lash, just because on the other side the lashes are not ready yet.
So we have a question. How much did you keep the lifting lotion on this time?
To be precise, 10.5 minutes. As I said, average amount of time I usually use this lotion is 10. I don't usually I don't usually use exact timing, like 11 minutes, 12 minutes. I just always check my lashes when they're ready. I take it off.
And that's actually something that I think is a bit of a misconception, or something that people used to do, but then, you know, times have changed. When you start working with any products, she applied the compensator.
I'm using a clear one, just because with a clear one you can see easily through if any of the lashes went crisscross when I applied it.
Maybe wait for 1 second before you apply to the second one, so I can zoom in a little bit. So when you start working with any products, the processing time that are written on the bottle are sort of a starting point. Never just open a bottle and be like, okay, it says from this to that minutes, and just, you know, use the same amount of time for everyone. Always check the lashes. That's the only way you can always achieve a perfect lift. So Mariana's just removing the lotion from the other eye, and then I'll show you how she applies the compensator there. And like I mentioned, our compensators include 7 pairs in one box. We have a new person joining. Hello, what lotion did you use? So we are at the lifting stage. She just removed the lifting lotion, and now she's applying the fixing lotion, which is the second stage. And then the question that we got before as well, it doesn't matter if you can remove the first solution, even damp or dry brush. So with our lotions, just remove it with a dry brush. There's no need to dampen the brush.
Yeah, because it comes off so easily. You don't really need to use...
Yeah, one second, Mariana.
Yeah.
We want to see what you're showing. Actually, let me just grab this for a second so that I can show you closer. Bear with me, guys. Okay, so how to apply compensators.
Yeah. Easy like that. You can use it with your fingers, but I have chunky fingers, so there we go, like this and like so. And I just like to push it in a little bit. There, easy, done.
And you can see how well it stays on. It's because it's made from super soft silicone that doesn't want to pop off. So that's super important when you start working with compensators. Always test multiple ones because the quality is very, very different. Now, Mariana, do you want to explain how to calculate the time for fixing lotion when you use our products?
So for the fixing lotion with our products, it's like, again, if you go in against what's written on the bottle, you can easily calculate it that the maximum amount of time, for example, for lifting lotion is 12 minutes and maximum amount of time for fixing is 10 minutes. So the difference is 2 minutes. So for example, if you need to hold the lotion less than 8 minutes, for example, you held it for 7 minutes, that means that fixing lotion only has to be on for 5 minutes. So you literally take the lifting lotion time and take away 2 minutes from it. So it's then you don't have to really do the half plus one or anything, so just -2, you're done.
So super easy. We have another question from Carmen Beauty. Is it possible to overprocess with Cysteamine lifting lotion if you hold it way too long? Well, I mean, what's way too long? You can't overprocess, but they're going to be super, super curled. Like if you keep it on for, let's say, 40 minutes, you know, like we haven't done like an hour, you know, there's no reason for it. But if you keep it on for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes too long, you're not going to overprocess them. But we haven't done a test where we keep it on for like an hour to see what happens.
Like I just want to say I have a client, she's actually my good friend of mine. She has extremely downwards growing lashes that actually almost curl inwards towards the eye. She's one of those extreme cases. Her lashes are super thick, super strong, very difficult to work with. And with her, I have to leave on the lotion much longer that's indicated on the bottle. But and in some cases, for example, I might even leave it on for like 17 minutes. But if I even leave it on for 25 minutes, nothing's gonna happen with them. Yeah. So since we had, as I said, I left the lifting lotion for 10.5 minutes. I'm gonna leave the fixing lotion for 8. And then we're gonna do the tint afterwards and put Shine Repair. With Shine Repair, it's very easy. You only need to leave it on for 5 minutes. And then with the tint, because our model's lashes are quite fair, I like to leave the tint for a little bit longer. But with no Amy tints, they recommend to leave the tint on for about 10 to 15 minutes. However, after lash lamination, I find that you don't need to leave it on for that long. Generally around 8 minutes is enough. But I would like to leave it on for maybe 10 with our model, just because her lashes are so fair.
We have a question. For lotion 2, is it now the same placement? We recommend applying the fixing lotion a tiny bit higher than the lifting lotion, just to make sure that you cover all of the area that you covered with the lifting lotion, also with the fixing lotion. You can apply it all the way to the tips. Actually, sometimes we get that question for the lifting lotion as well, if you can apply all the way to the tips. Yes, you absolutely can. It doesn't burn the tips, but there is no reason, because first of all, you use much more of the lotion, so your cost price for the treatment will go up. And second of all, it's easier to get an even lift if you don't go that high up with the lotion, because if you go higher up, the very small eyelashes will be more curled. Again, they will not be over processed, they will just be more curled, so that the final look might be a bit more uneven compared to applying lotions a little bit lower. The exact positioning of the lotions depends on the shields that you use, where the apex is. It depends on the growth direction of the natural lashes, so it depends on multiple things. But with the fixing lotion, just go a little bit higher than with the lifting lotion. From the upper parts and from the lower part, where the eyelashes grow from, just start from where the shield starts from. We have another question. How you can burn eyelashes, which step can make it? Oh, so that happens with the lifting lotion. Lifting lotion is the only aggressive lotion during the lifting process, and when overprocessing happens, it's always because of the lifting lotion, whether it was too aggressive or it was kept on the eyelashes for too long. And the general rule of thumb is that the shorter the lotion processing times, the more aggressive the products. Meaning that like you have I would say 3 different categories of lifting lotions. You have the super fast ones, like around 4, 5, 6 minutes. Then you have the lotions that are around, like I would say maybe up to 15 minutes, which are the medium ones. And then you have the very slow ones that are up to like 25 minutes. So if you choose the shortest processing times for the lifting lotions, like the ones that are around 5-6 minutes, those are always very aggressive because you can't achieve or you can't break down the disulfide bonds with gentle lotions in 5 minutes. Now, Mariana, what are you doing now?
I am removing the compensator. Now, another good trick about the compensator that it helps you remove most of the lotion when you take it off.
And let me just show the lashes real quick. So you can see that all of the lashes are still nicely in shape, and we already removed the second lotion now.
So I just wanted to add as well, when you're using rounded silicones like these, I wouldn't recommend to apply the lotion, the lifting lotion, to the tips, because there is a high chance you'll get a very strong over curl. However you want to. And another problem that might come in if you use lotion all the way to the tips is that it will dissolve the glue because it's water soluble, so your lashes might start coming off. So for that reason, I wouldn't recommend to use it all the way to the tips.
We have another question. What did you use to lift lashes onto the shield? Let's just show it one more time. So that's our, sorry, there's a little bit of lotion on the brush. So that's our wide Lamy lash brush that helps to brush the lashes and separate them at the same time very fast.
Like, I used to have this huge collection of white tools at my disposal, and now I don't use them. And I'm very sad because there's a lot of plastic. But yeah, realistically, you just need the two brushes. I'm using the same brush I was using for applying the lotions to apply the tint now as well.
So for the tint, I'll show you one more time. We are using Noemi tints. For eyelashes, you can either use the black or the blue black. And what's interesting about the Noemi tints is that the black is actually darker than the blue black. Usually it's the other way around. Which one are you using today?
I'm actually using black. Just because, again, our model is very fair. Blue black is a little bit lighter, like chemically speaking, but blue black has that bluish undertone. Our model is kind of has a little bit of golden undertone in her, and black by itself, it has that a little bit of warm still, and it's like sepia color. And blue black obviously has blue, so it's a little bit harsher looking.
Mariana is now using the black compensators because obviously the tint tints the compensator as well, so that's why the black is meant for the the tinting stage.
Like, I mean, you can use the other colors; they're just gonna die as well.
Yeah.
Not very fast. You can still use them for a very long time, but much nicer to use just the black one. Yeah.
We have a question from Simona. How much time can you leave the tint on the eyelashes or eyebrows?
Well, with the eyelashes, with Noemi tint, as I said, they recommend to leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes. But in my experience, anything between kind of 6 to 10 minutes is usually enough. Unless you have somebody with extremely fair lashes, for example, like translucent lashes or white lashes, gray lashes, you might want to leave the tint on for longer, maybe like 12 minutes, but 15 minutes, I don't think I ever needed to do that. With the brows, again, all depends what your client wants, what they need, what kind of shade they want, what kind of mix you make. On average, I'd say, probably around 5-6 minutes would be the case. Don't need to leave it on for any longer, otherwise the hair might over darken a little bit. But again, it all depends what shade you're using. For example, if you're using golden blonde on this, like, it's not going to tint the skin very well, and I don't think there's any point leaving it for a very long amount of time either.
And I think now is the time for the second word for the discount code and to participate in the competition. The second word is lift, L-I-F-T, lift. So guys, write it down. That was the second word.
Yeah, and I'm actually popping a little bit of tint on the lower lashes as well. And yes, I'm not using anything. I'm just putting it on with a little, tiny little micro brush.
But obviously you can only do this when your customer has bottom lashes that are long enough. For example, for me, my lashes are super short.
I don't tint her lashes.
Yeah, she never tints my lower lashes. Oh, actually, I was going to say something. So we did one final lash lift this morning just to check the timings. And Mariana took, you're not going to believe this, so you can see how meticulous she is with her lash separation, with everything that she does. She finished the full treatment, including the tints, in 40 minutes. 40. So...
And that's you being talking in the middle of the treatment as well.
Yes. So that's how fast you can do a flash lift without compromising the integrity of your customer's natural lashes.
Especially if it's a repeat client and you know what you're going to be doing already, you can actually do this treatment fairly fast. And I mean, for Ruthie, again, it's average amount of time. I held the lotion for, God, I think it was 9 minutes. I haven't really checked properly. As I said, I don't usually look at the timer. I just check the lashes when they're ready. I have the timer on just in case because I like to write it down, and if I need to double check something, that's why I use it, but not because I need to set like say 10 minutes and I'll take it off straight away. No, I only take off the lifting lotion when the lashes are actually ready to be removed. But yeah, all the timings were absolutely average. Held the flash tint on for 10 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes, well done.
And that was without easy lift.
Yeah.
Another question from Simona. When you do the lift step, when you are checking lashes many times?
How many times I check it? I think
what she means is that how do you know when to start checking the lashes for readiness?
So obviously I do a lash analysis. First of all, I see how thick they are, how porous they are, how like their thickness, if they have any shine in them. So I do like an estimate analysis of the lashes, and say for example, I think like, okay, these lashes might take me say 10 minutes, right? So I'm probably gonna start checking them at around 8-minute mark, just to be sure, because there are certain things that you can't see. Say, like, I can't tell you for sure how porous the lashes are, how many cuticles they have, how well the lotions penetrate the lash. I can't tell you those things just by looking at them. So yeah, generally I start checking about 2 minutes before I think they will be ready.
Good answer.
It's like with any lotions, I think, like all those are manufacturer estimates. So like if it's written on a bottle 8 to 12 minutes, for example, we are in Estonia, so my average customer time will be 10 minutes. But say if you're somewhere in Italy or South America, your client's lash is probably going to take on average like 11-12 minutes. So those are just all manufacturer recommendations. Yeah, so we have another 5 minutes to go on the lash tint. If you guys have any more questions, let us know.
Now is the time. I'll just show you how Mariana's been using the palette. So you can see that she's been using the little holes that we had there. Super convenient. And she also has that little paper next to her. You know, if there's any tint residue or anything, you can just wipe it there.
Because we don't need to waste products. We don't need a ton of Q-tips, ton of cotton discs, like piece of paper, 2 brushes. That's all you need.
And you're done. And our model is laying on one of our ergonomical pillows that has the little pockets on the side, so that's why Mariana's not using the holes on the palette, because she has the little holes here.
And I'm used to them. I can't go without them anymore.
But if you guys have a pillow or another setup that doesn't have those little pockets, you can pop your brushes here or also here.
Yeah, my pillow is tilted. But yeah, like For example, even these little things, very handy. You don't need to be worried that it goes everywhere. Just pop it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So our next step is going to be shine repair.
Okay, so let me explain a little bit about our shine repair. What makes it special, because obviously nowadays most lash lift systems have their own third nourishing step, but what makes shine repair special is that it only takes 6 minutes to work, and you can remove the residue afterwards. So your customers don't have to keep the lotion on for like a couple of hours so that they can't apply any mascara or anything. With Shine Repair, it does everything. It adds the nourishment, ingredients, it closes the cuticles to make eyelashes look darker, everything in just 6 minutes. So after the treatment, if your customer wants to, they can do whatever they want. They can go straight to a steam room, they can go swimming, whatever they want to do, they can do anything. And Shine Repair is one of those products that, you know, obviously it was created to for our lash system, but you can use it with any brands that you use. You can always add that extra touch at the end to give eyelashes that extra boost. Okay, so somebody's asking, one of our ambassadors, hi. How about not getting your lashes wet 24 hours after the treatment? Is it old school rule? Thanks. So honestly, everybody has their own opinions on this, but what I would recommend is to always follow the manufacturer's rules. So if you're working with a brand and the manufacturer says that you shouldn't get lashes wet after 24 hours, and then if you do that and something happens to the lashes, it's on your responsibility. So it's always important to follow your manufacturer information. Okay, I think that was it. Oh, okay, another question. How is about to mixing product firms? Okay, like different brands. Can you use the one-step, two-step same firm, but Botox and tint the other firm? So the number one, the lifting and fixing, they always have to be from the same brand, because if you mix different brands, the solutions might not be compatible. So you always have to use the same products from the same brand for lifting and fixing. But the third step, the nourishing step, you can use whatever you want, because it works independently from the lifting and fixing. So it's recommended to use products from the same brand, but let's say you love lifting and fixing from one brand, but then somebody else has an amazing third nourishing product, you can absolutely use that one. How are our models lashes doing with the tint?
1 more minute and we're taking it off. What I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to be taking the top lashes off. We're going to be leaving the bottom lashes to continue tinting, just because the bottom lashes haven't been processed. So the tint takes a little bit longer to work there. So I like to leave the bottom lash tint until the very, very end. And in some cases, I actually apply it even before I start tinting the upper lashes, just to make sure they get the nice tint out of it. Yeah. So since we apply lash tint all the way to the tips, when I take the compensator off, some of the lashes should start popping off the shield, and this is normal just because I said our glue is water soluble. And again, when we do apply it all the way to the tips, the glue dissolves a little bit, so the lashes might start coming off as well, which makes, again, the cleaning process that bit easier. Now I'll start taking it off. Again, I grab it and swoosh, and most of the product comes off with the compensator.
And how satisfying it is to watch, right?
Now, so I'll be taking the tint off now. Again, using the same brush. I might use a little bit of Q-tip at this stage, just to give it a little bit more thorough clean, so there is more space for the our shine repair to penetrate, but you don't have to be like extremely thorough with it either. It's gonna work through nicely. Just a little wipe And I'm using a damp Q-tip for this. You can actually apply shine repair either on the shield or off the shield, whichever is works better for you. And I just might add that I wish Instagram could give you smells, but shine repair smells amazing. Yeah, so I'm being quite liberal with it. It's kind of the wateriest of the products. So it seems like the layer is not thick enough, but it's actually quite thick. I just want that all of the lashes to the very tips is literally submerged.
And you can actually see how dry your customers' lashes are by how quickly they absorb the shine repair.
And again, I like to secure the lashes onto the shield while if I'm doing it on the shield. There we go. Because again, shine repair does finish off the whole process. It closes the cuticles to the how many? 99%?
Up to 99.9%. And the thing is that the more cuticles are closed, the darker the eyelashes appear. So when you work with shine repair, it actually gives an illusion of the eyelashes being darker, and it does the same for brow hairs. So even if you don't tint your customers' eyebrows, they are still going to look a little bit darker after shine repair. And that's really good to know for customers who don't want their eyebrows tinted after lamination. So you can add that extra shine and close the cuticles with shine repair, and they still look like darker and healthier. There's a question if the video will be available to watch later on. Yes, we will save this video on our feed.
Yeah, and I'm just popping shine repair on the other side.
And like Mariana mentioned, it's absolutely normal for lashes to start popping off at this point because you are already almost done with the treatment, and it just makes the cleanup process even easier when lashes are not glued so strongly on the shield.
And again, shine repair, as I said, it's like, I think it's the wateriest consistency of the whole line. So it will dissolve the end, whatever is still sticking on. So when you actually will be taking it off, all of your lashes should come off fairly easily.
And we did that on purpose, guys. Oh, hi, Perry.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, shine repair is 5 minutes. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to calculate anything.
5, 6? Depending on the thickness of the lashes.
Well, generally 5 minutes is enough. Okay.
Okay, so we are almost done with the treatment. We are at the very last step. And then after this, Mariana's just going to show the cleanup process, which is super, super important, and I think too often overlooked. So yeah, we'll show you how to do that and also why it's so important. Another thing that I recommend, keep an eye on your customers' lashes when you have applied the shine repair, because sometimes some parts of the lashes, they absorb the product very fast, so it's a good idea to spread it a little bit. Usually not necessary to add more, but just to spread the product.
Yeah. So 2 more minutes on shine repair.
And if you guys look at the timing, we started 1 hour and 9 minutes ago, and then I started with my little introduction. So I think it's been pretty much 1 hour since we started the treatments, and we took like little pauses to explain. So that just goes to show how fast you can do the treatments while maintaining the quality of it, and while paying attention to not dehydrating your customers' lashes by using a cysteamine-based lifting lotion. By the way, I think there's a bit of a misconception. Cysteamine-based means that cysteamine is the active ingredient in the lifting lotion, because there are some products that are ammonia-based, and they also include cysteamine. That is not the same thing, because ammonia still dehydrates the lashes. A cysteamine-based lifting lotion means that it contains only cysteamine and none of the harsh ingredients that are usually used to dissolve the disulfide bonds, like ammonia, ammonium thioglycolate, ethanolamine. They all have the same purpose. They are all harsh ingredients used to break down the disulfide bonds.
Yeah. So the time is nearly up, so we're going to be removing the last step. The moment of truth, as they say.
We have a question. Is it the same as your organic lifts? So it's still cysteamine based, but the problem with our organic lifting was that it took a little bit too long to process, and since everybody wants to do the treatment a little bit faster, we decided to change the ingredients a little bit so that the lotions work a little bit faster. So they are still super gentle. There's still no risk of over processing. They just work a little bit faster now.
Yeah, so taking off the last step. I'm taking most of the lotion off. And you can see that your lashes are all nicely soft. They come off so easily.
How cool was that?
Yeah. And
this is how you remove the gloopy shields.
Again, very little to clean up.
So if any one of you are still using like tape on the eyelids and still gluing the shields, it's time to upgrade. What were you just gonna say?
I have water in here, and I'm dipping my Q-tip in the water for those of you who ask if you can use water after the treatment.
Now, what Mariana is doing, like it looks a little bit scary, but it's not going to affect the lift because the lift has already set. And can you explain a little bit why it's super important not to leave the so-called eyeliner effect on the eyelids and just to clean it very thoroughly?
Just to clarify, when I used to study, when I used to do lashes in the very beginning, everybody did the liner effect, so I'm guilty of doing it back in the day as well.
Same here.
But the problem with that is that tint is an allergen. So majority of the time, client might develop an allergic reaction if you keep leaving the tint in between the lashes. It just keeps staying there. Yeah, it looks pretty, but you want your client to stay nice and healthy as well. So make sure that they nicely clean afterwards. Now, we are done. Look at these beauties.
And you can already see the nice lift.
Now I'm going to take off the other side as well because it's finished.
Oh, one second. Let me flip the camera a little bit. Yep, perfect.
Now, some special effects as well. And again, I'm going to show it on the same time. Like, see how easy it is? They all just come off straight away. So yeah, shine repair definitely helps with that as well. And you just gently take it off. There we go. And I'm just gonna come a little bit here.
We have another question. Can you use the same system to laminate brows? Yes, our Flash Lift can be used for both eyelashes and eyebrows because it's histamine based, so it does not dehydrate or irritate the skin.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure that the tint is off from the roots of the eyelashes.
Actually, I'm gonna grab this so you can see a little bit closer.
I know it looks scary and probably looks painful, but most of the time my clients say it actually feels ticklish and weird.
And I actually have super sensitive eyes, and it's not even painful for me. I have like the worst eyes you can imagine.
Yeah, you're my most sensitive client, I think.
But I'm a good test subject for everything that we test here.
Yeah, exactly. If we need to test anything for sensitivity-wise, Ruth is our go-to gal.
So I just want to show you something. Do you see how clean the eyelashes are? Please don't leave the tint on so that the eyelashes are clumped together, because it just looks dirty. Like once a customer has seen eyelashes being like super clean and fluffy after the treatments, and then they get another lash lift and then they're all like clumped together, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't look good. So super important to properly clean the lashes after the treatments.
Now, so we are done. I'm gonna ask our model to open their eyes in a moment. One second, just making sure that everything is cleaned. Yeah, so my model can open the eyes.
Moment of truth! Here she is! And how pretty is that lash lift? Okay, let me show you a little bit closer. If you can just look straight. Clean, perfect. And the other eye as well. The eyelashes are still a little bit damp there, so some of them are clumped together. Okay, let me put my camera here so it's not shaking anymore. Okay. Oh, we're getting comments. Beautiful lift. Well done. Beautiful lift. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
Now, but somebody asked to use the brow gel.
Yeah. So, sorry, one more second. So, this is actually, do you still need to use the neutralizing foam at the end of the treatments? No, you actually don't, because neutralizing foam, it doesn't, neutralizing foam, it doesn't add any nourishing ingredients. It just fixes the lift. But with Shine Repair, it does both. It fixes the lift, it closes cuticles up to 99.9%. And it adds the nourishing ingredients, so when you finish with Shine Repair, you don't need to use anything else. And before we go, oh, actually, let me give you no, not yet. So we finished lift, and Mariana's gonna show how to create a laminated look for eyebrows without actually laminating them, just with our brow styling balm. Perfect.
Yeah, so this is our brow styling balm. Again, you can see that I'm actually scooping out stuff here because I'm using this with my clients. I never double dip, guys. Don't double dip. And just popping a little bit on my back of my hand. And I'm using the brush.
Oh, one second. Yep.
Watch closely because this is going to be done very quickly. Yeah.
Ready.
So again.
And you can see how the eyebrow changes the shape.
Like realistically, if I wanted to, I could brush them all the way upwards. Like crazy ninja brows.
Yeah, do you want to show the crazy ninja brows? Like, we're not going to keep them like that, but just show it for a second.
I'm sorry.
So we're gonna, don't worry, model, we're gonna remove it afterwards. But this is what you can do with it. Like any shape that you want, you can create with it. And you, as you could see, the model's eyebrows were not laminated before. Now, the only thing with this is that we can already see it's starting to dry out because we did many different shapes. So normally when you use it, don't go over the eyebrows too many times. But just for the sake of showing you guys, we did it, I think, maybe 4 times.
Again, this is the crazy ninja brow. Yeah. I don't do this, okay, guys? But it easily comes off with water. But if you want to use a nice shape, again, it's super easy to apply. Very fast. It works very fast. And even if you have those unruly, like crisscrossed or very thick eyebrows or curly eyebrows, this baby is gonna tame it all. I'm honestly, God, I'm not lying.
Okay, so I'm gonna remove this from here, and then I just want to show you the final result. Oops.
I know you're gonna look crazy.
Okay,
I'm
so Mariana normally doesn't do eyebrows like this because we prefer a more natural shape, but this is the crazy ninja eyebrow that you can do if you want to, and this is the shape that Mariana would normally do. Can you open your eyes for a second, please? And this is with a lift. How nice it is. And this actually concludes our live. So now is the time to share the final words for the discount code, and also the first person to write all of the 3 words correctly here in the comments will receive a full kit of the Flash Lift products. And ready, guys? The final word is Masterclass. So that was 3 words. Masterclass was the last one. If there is anyone who has been watching since the beginning, write the 3 words here in the comments, and then the first person to do so will win a kit. And we have a winner. It is Alexa's Lashes 18. Congratulations. Thank you for watching the video. You are the winner for our Lash Lift kit. Please send us a DM after we finish the live to send information at where to send the kit to. And thank you everyone for watching. I hope that it has been helpful for you. And if you guys have any questions about the lift or any of our products, feel free to message us. It's always myself or Mariana who answers the incoming questions. So we take all of your questions very seriously, and we really take the time to answer them. So anything you want to know, just send us a DM. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mariana, do you want to say bye?
Bye!
Bye, guys.